treasure box. Welcome, Nasir ji. How's our coolest Nasir ji doing today?
Thank you, Afshan. You're incredibly nice to people and say much more than they actually deserve. But I don't mind. It's all very, very nice things. So I can't refuse that hospitality from you. But yeah, amazing to be with you. I've seen what you've been up to, and you're an incredibly gifted lady. And I'm really proud of you, though I didn't invest anything in you, but I'm sure that your parents must be very, very proud of you. And they should be, because you're incredibly gifted and all up there. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just that, I have my moment. I don't work all the time. An actor's life is very sporadic unless you have fixed like work in a television serial and you're the main actor. So you are sort of busy 25 days of the month.
Correct.
Or so. So I normally play an uncle and father these days, or a villain, or a lawyer or a policeman or a CEO of a company, which I managed to fake, and I copy you, because I have never been a CEO. So I say, okay, let's copy Afshan. Let's look like her, not facially, but the style. So yeah, I have thoughts of sort of actually concocting rhymes. I have the thoughts of adding another line to whatever is there in a proverb or a saying or a fable, what you call a kahavat. There is a saying that ye hoti hai, wo hoti hai, muhavras and all. So one of them is, there is this on the coins, and I think on the notes of the US, the currency, on the coins, on the dollars and other stuff, it says, "In God we trust."
Yes.
Beautiful line.
Yes.
Very. But I'd like to add for us guys to have more of action, not just "In God we trust," which is great and it's actually perfect in itself. But then I add to it, "In God we trust, into the future we trust." So you imagine the Apollo 12 going up towards the moon, and there's a thrust. They release the rockets, and there's a further booster, like the thrust increases by like 10 times, and go turbo.
Yes.
So in God we trust, and into the future we trust. Like Superman. Just feeling.
Wow.
That's one. And of course, there is a share which is more on the romantic side, and that is फिर वही शाम वही गम वही तन्हाई है दिल को समझाने तेरी याद चली आई है. So it's one of those little things. It's from an old film sung by maybe Talat Mahmood, not maybe, actually Talat Mahmood. So it's a nice, sweet, poignant sort of feeling. So when you're a little sad and missing someone in your life, or even if you're not missing anybody, you can imagine what it'll be like to miss the beloved.
Correct.
That, फिर वही शाम वही गम वही तन्हाई है दिल को समझाने याद चली आई है. Okay, this is one. And then the other one is for the Christians, and actually for all believers really, but more for the Christians, because they have this line in the Bible and otherwise, and they quote in the churches that the Lord is my shepherd. I think there is a carol or a song, a Christmas, like a carol or a song dedicated to that. And it says, "The Lord is my shepherd." Beautiful line.
Yes.
You can understand everything. What the shepherd does, it tends to the sheep and the goats and whoever else is there in the flock. So I say, "The Lord is my shepherd. He shall protect me from the leopard." So it rhymes, and it gives us a visual in our minds about the possibility of us being attacked. So the shepherd, the man who looks after the goats and the sheep, protects us from wild animals, hyenas, wolves, whoever else, dogs. And then the leopard, they love to attack these little, lovely, nimble beings of God. So it rhymes too. And it also shows the danger that the sheep are exposed to. So the Lord is my shepherd. he shall protect me from the leopard.
Correct.
And it rhymes, and it's all very nice. And how he does it, that's his business, because he's my shepherd. He knows what to do, how to fix the leopard and how to distract him and send him elsewhere. Thank you.
Yes, I mean, you know, this quotation from you gives hope and gives courage. You know, these are the things that we cannot see, but we receive that energy from each other. So when you recite such quotations, when you talk about such quotations, it only brings a positive aspect in anyone and everyone struggling or not struggling in life. These are so important.
Totally. Yeah, it enhances the feeling of faith.
Yes.
More so. It adds to that thing. That line is as old as history. The Lord is my shepherd is like at least 1,000 years old, if not more, from the time of Jesus, really, that it was actually coined. But to add to it, and it rhymes, and you know that the leopard is the enemy of the sheep. Correct. But then when the shepherd is there, which here is God, he will protect, and you're fine. You don't have to worry, and you're insulated from that danger. So it was a thought.
Yes, and it's a beautiful thought, because in times of COVID, in times of this pandemic, you know, when I face people day in and out, they're losing jobs, they're losing houses, they have mortgages. There are so many people who were sent back to the countries they've come from, and all they need is hope and courage. You know, we turn to God. It can be Christianity, it can be Hinduism, it can be Islam. We turn to God whichever way we can and believe in the spirituality. So thank you for bringing these aspects. Only increases the belief system. So, you know, that's what we need right now. We need people to kind of, you know, believe.
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing it up, because I meant to say, and I forgot, that in these times, it is ever so important to realign this thing and to reboot the faith and need to believe and to have hope, because there is so much trouble for the people in these lockdown days. So more so it is applicable. So thank you for reminding me that, I mean, we all know it, but I forgot to mention it. So thank you.
Well, I'm going to hold on to one thing you said, which is reboot you know, reboot your prayers, reboot you turning
your
to
faith,
God. So that, I think, is you know, a beautiful thing for all of us to remember and practice and exercise on daily basis.
Truly.